know that people are molesting our children. I guarantee you, if we were to ask, and I'm not, half of the people that's standing right here, you've had to face it. What we're saying today is that this is bigger than whatever his name is. This means we're going to investigate this situation and others in our community. And we got to organize as men and say, we're going to look at these babies and we can look them in the eye and say it's a problem today. Tomorrow it won't be a problem because we're going to clean the streets up one pedophile, one pervert at a time. This is our job. My question to you, are y'all with us on that? Yeah. Well, I say, are y'all with that? Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Why you saying my name? I'm saying your fucking name. Because anybody that can stand up to somebody that'll cover up with a pedophile is a piece of shit. That's callous. That's straight callous. At any given time, I'll be a doctor and you last one of the niggas know I'm I prove it. I got the scars. I prove it. But y'all couldn't even just step up to the plate and say, your mother brother's innocent. Y'all labeled me to be working right. The worst thing you can do is walk into my manhood and then turn around and label me as a snitch to save a pedophile. And the only reason why y'all took the charges off me and made a public announcement that I was a rat. Because remember that homicide I got locked up for in 94, I got convicted of that. Eric beat me that trial. I took over that's why y'all took that. If I was a fucking rat, you'd be in jail for the rest of your life. In your partner too. We ain't gotta look at that. I can read it between the lines. That's some sucker shit. I shouldn't have had to put that pressure. I told the motherfuckers that if you don't take my, if you don't bring my name, link me as a rat. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'll start ratting. That's why they took that shit off my name. Why would I have to do that? Why would I? Why would Bam sit back and watch the whole simulation crumble? Why would y'all sit there and wait for this much pressure to come out and then y'all gonna make Bam step down? Why y'all didn't make Bam step down when y'all knew for sure that he was already doing this? How do you cover up for a pedophile? I'll tell you how. Some of these dudes that surround Bam, the majority. Bam done touched stips since they was little kids. Some of them were killed for them. Or some beast of a nation shit away from that new boys. So a lot of these dudes that you still see around Bambaataa, a lot of anybody you see traveling overseas with Bambaataa, is that what anybody has to say about him, he took a stand against a pedophile. I don't care what he did in the past. When he touched me in my hands, he stood by me against a pedophile. So anybody that got a problem with Star, because he got a problem with exposing Bam, y'all got a problem with me. It is what it is. Questions?
Anybody? Yes, just quickly.
Anybody in the crowd? Does anybody in the crowd have a question?
Anybody
that they would like to ask?
For our brother.
For the brother, not for myself, for me right now, but just for the crowd.
I've been talking about, man. Everybody feel like it's my fault that Ron Savage, because he came after me, he didn't come before. My video was out first, I took it down. So my video ends up going back up at the same time that Ron Savage comes out. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I don't know what's going on here. But now it's war time, Ben, what's good? You need to give me some security to make sure that I ain't got to deal with nobody. I don't want none of your money. As a matter of fact, to keep it all the way funky, some of his brothers asked me when I put the video up, in order for me to take it down, ask Ben for $20,000. I said no. What I do want you to do is help the youth. And also put a tombstone on Brother BL's grave. That's all I asked you. I never asked you for $1. Because y'all never put a tombstone on his grave.
Hold on. Sister right here. No, yeah, let's sit down.
Y'all have to forgive me because I'm very nervous. I'm actually a public speaker, but this is the first time in my life of speaking that I'm nervous because the story has just touched me in just, emotional ways. But what I heard today, and this is to this man's point, what I heard today was whereas most drug dealers do all the wrong things for the right reasons, what I heard today is that it's being assumed now the Afrika Bambaataa did all of the right things for the wrong reasons. So my concern is that if this is all predicated on the ability to have access to children, it needs to stop. You understand? So, and my name is Kenya Brown Hassan. I've been tagging you on Facebook a lot. I have a petition going just for an investigation. I don't want a witch hunt of another black person or of the hip hop culture. I want an investigation of the truth, because children could possibly still be in harm's way. So, thank you guys.
I just want to say something very quick to what she's saying. This is what we have to understand. We're taking it out of context. The way that the pedophile gets to the child is by gaining trust. So, for instance, the father that's molesting the little girl, he feeds her food. He gives her clothes. He does some things to get trust so that he can do that. So it's nothing strange about the fact that we're saying that this individual, who I won't call by that name, has done a lot of things in our community. The question is, if he wasn't doing anything in the black community, and he was still trying to molest all of these children, would anybody have let him do it?
No.
So the real question, we already know what happens or what we should be doing with people that molest children, but the question we gotta ask, as black people, what's wrong with us that we'll be bought and sold for a nice car or for a payment that we will let people molest our children? That's something we gotta ask.
Let's say a few years at a time. Any one of them that have anything to do with any child, period. If it's your child, yank them out of there quick.
Yes, ma'am.
And find out if anything has happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
There's no way. Hold on for a second. Because there is no way in the world that someone could treat us like fools and tell us that they're going to step down and help children.
Actually, you know what? Let me see
I'm sorry, I'm being
That's right. No, you're doing it right.
Hold up. Bam didn't say he was going to step down. What he did was he ran like a coward because I'm in contact with everybody. Nobody can get in contact with him. He don't want to talk to anybody, so they forcing him down. And this is what's going on with Bam. He's not helping nobody right now but himself. And he's leaving everybody to feel the weight of what he did. But I want to touch on something else too. Amber, aka Pepsi, right? Ahmed, right? Muhammad, right? Everybody's saying, I only been around, we just came back and was here for only the last 3 years. That's their scapegoat. Now, what I'm gonna say to you is, within the last 8 months, after I dropped that video and we sat down, y'all knew he was a pedophile. Y'all heard about the case in Brazil. I met you got stabbed over Bam. You got stabbed over Bam. Why do y'all feel the need to lie about Bam being stabbed? Why do you feel the need to lie? Bottom line to it is y'all covering up. And furthermore, just one more question. If everybody that is accused of Bam is over 8 years, over 20, 10, 30 years ago, what the fuck do you do? You can't go to jail. I'm not suing you, so why do you want to know? Why do you feel like you need a lawyer? Honestly, death. Honestly, death. One more thing too. Everybody wanted to know what was my purpose of coming forward. What am I getting out of it? What is my purpose? You know what my purpose is? Every time he even think about a little kid, I want him to go limp. See, my job is done already. You exposed. This is what I'm getting out of it. You will never be able to touch another little kid in peace. This is my purpose. This was my goal. So whether the people believe me or not, you don't have to. But I guarantee you one thing. I'm going to think twice before you leave the kid with it. Mission complete. Mission is complete. Okay. Bear, talk. Because I know he a Zulu brother, and at the end of the day, I don't want none of them to feel like this. Being that I know him from Facebook, all I'm saying is, if there's any questions to ask or whatever the case, I'm here. You know what I mean? This is the time, Bear. You here? This is the time. You a Zulu.
In other words, don't go pumping stuff after the fact. The brother's here right now. If you got something to say, if you feel like you want to say it now, drop it right now. Don't leave this conference and then talk shit afterwards.
That's that piece.
Small. That brother back there got a question.
Calm down. Small. Somebody call him.
You still in the Zoom?
Herman Small. Small.
I think it's good to stay in there with all of these proofs that are coming out about the organization.
As a member of the Zulu Nation, what is the Zulu Nation's position on people molesting black children?
Cover it up.
I disagree with that because I personally think that Two Bandit Savage came out to search the story. So you gathered what you said, and now everybody knew about the situation with Two Bandit. You know what I mean?
So now that you know about it, so now you know about it. Before you didn't know about it. Okay, that's fair enough. Now you know about it. It's not just our brother. We have multitudes of brothers that are coming out. Many stories that are behind the scenes.
Children, I don't support that. I don't support that shit. I don't support that. There you go. I support the victims. I support the victims. I don't support that shit. I support the victims.
Come up here with him.
We're going to be at prison.
Come on up here. We're going to hold it right where it is. Because he said, wait a minute, hold on. We're going to have law right here. The brother said that the Zulu Nation is against the sexual abuse of children. Now you just said you believe this man on the accusations. You looked him in the eye, you said you believe it. So then the question is, what is the Zulu Nation going to do about what this individual has been accused? I ain't talking about what are you going to do about it?
Come on, let the brother. I'm right here.
Like I said, a person told me out their own mouth this happened to them. I ain't gonna put them on blast. You understand what I'm saying? And they admit it. They admit it. So at the end of the day, I believe you because the person told me out his own mouth. You understand? But at the end, the rest of the brothers in the nation, we are not like that. We are not like that. We are not like that. You can look me in my eyes. We are not like that, my brother. You understand?
I got
we are not like that. I got 8, 9 kids. You understand? I put a lot of work in the nation, and I did a lot of good stuff for the people. You understand? You know, and I respect that, and I know how you feel, and I'm hard, and I feel your pain, my brother, and I respect that. I'm here to support. I'm not against homosexual or pedophile. I'm not against none of that because it's not right. Babies are innocent. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve that at all. Because when you're young, kids don't really know. You understand? All they see you as a figure, oh, he's a good person, but not really because he's doing something that's real evil. You understand? So at the end of the day, I know what you're saying, but it's not on everybody in the nation. And I speak for that.
And I stand with you on that. It's not everybody in the nation. It's the old bastards that been around for a little while. Anybody that travels with Bam, anybody who goes to Bam house, I've been to Bam house. If Bam ain't try you in his house, you ugly there. You know, he does not like you. Don't feel like he's honored. He loves you so much that he didn't want you. He's turned off by you. Bam done tried some of the most dangerous niggas and got his ass knocked out. And move right along with everybody else who we felt like, you know, they could fit in that box.
Well, I want to bring on somebody.
Am I right?
Yeah, right.
We want to do something, we want to talk. We want to do something, but we need y'all help. If y'all are sincere, you believe in what you say you believe in, we don't want to just leave here with some words. We want to say the Zulu Nation is going to get cleaned up. And that means whoever has molested children and is involved in that, not going to ever be able to do that again. We're going to go about the process of cleaning up. Are y'all willing to do that?
Yes, President right here. President. Answer that, brother.
Still going on.
But at the same, well, even if y'all say a new council, who picked it?
Right.
Like when you say like a new council, and the old council picked a new one, well, then they would handpick the people to either be puppets or carry on the same traditions. So when you say new council, like you say, y'all came down here, y'all against it. So if y'all against it, did y'all force y'all way? Yeah, I love brothers like that. Did y'all force y'all way to make sure y'all don't get hoodwinked again, basically? Because like you say, y'all didn't know. So now, are you going to trust the new council? Are you going to have a voice in that new council?
Well, honestly, you said I can't say I'm going to trust no one. I'm just saying the fact that myself and the rest of the Zulu Nation chapter leaders has not been addressed in a formal meeting. Right. So once we address in a formal meeting,
what I have to say to you is, I told Muhammad and I told Ahmed, when I see you, one of us will have a problem, one of us have to leave here. Unless they go to you and they tell you the truth. They let you know that my name Bam has cleared my name. Muhammad said that he wasn't willing to do that. So he leaves me until you give me an apology or apologize to my daughter. When I run into you, one of us have to go. You disrespect
with the question. So for the Zulu Nation to divert the situation from Afrika Bambaataa to say that this was about a book, they owe me an apology. And I want to show y'all something. I was a member of the Zulu Nation since I was 14 years old. Bambaataa knows this. The Zulu Nation Council used to come to my building every day because they all had girlfriends that lived in Castle Hill. Bambaataa knows this. Bam used to come to my house. Bam used to pick me up. So my question to Bambaataa is, how dare you lie to the world and say you don't know me? But he got checked by Lord Jamar.
Yes, he did. It's a fact.
When Lord Jamar said Bambaataa's a liar, Bambaataa got checked again by his former bodyguard. He said he's a liar. Bam got checked a few days ago by his manager and the manager of the Zulu Nation. So I asked, if Bambaataa can lie and say he don't know me, what else is he lying about? I say he tried to divert me from speaking by trying to say that he didn't know me. If you're not hiding anything,
one step back, everybody. One step back, please. One step
if you're
back.
not hiding anything, then why say you don't know me?
Thank you.
My question to that is, if Bambaataa stepped down from leadership 10 years ago, then why are they still covering it up? The Zulu Nation from overseas released that press statement. I don't believe it, because there's a Zulu Nation Council from New York. They have not released a press statement. They haven't said anything.
Right. They released a video today.
They did?
Saying that Bam saying that they made Bam step down. They released a video today saying that they made Bam step down and that they had to look into the allegations when in fact they already know the truth about this shit.
But I got a question about that. A video isn't satisfying to me. A piece of paper isn't satisfying to me. I want to see legal documents that they made Bambaataa step down. To me, this is just sidetracking the people.
Go ahead.
I'm going to let the people know that I was asked to retract my story. And I was told what to say in my retraction. I'd be damned if I retract anything.
That's right, brother.
Stand your ground, baby.
Yes, sir. If it wasn't for me and Papi, people would not be coming out against the force. But don't get me wrong. Not everybody in the Zulu Nation knew.
Who act like trolling people. Who would want to come out and tell their story and they be violated? Hip-hop is supposed to be the vehicle of expression. We're supposed to create a buffer using hip-hop that says we're going to protect our babies. And this is what I meant. I put a statement up on Facebook, which was saying in the 80s, the Zulu Nation was so powerful in the streets that if anybody violated our babies, they would be the first ones we went to. And they put street justice, and I'm talking about the real Zulu Nation. No disrespect to a lot of what it has become globally. I'm talking about niggas who walk my street where if you wasn't down, you went inside the building until they decided to walk by. But we all had a general consensus, you don't fuck with the babies, right? Now, so with that being in mind, our children have nowhere to go to say, listen, I've been violated and I need help. I've been violated. I don't care how big the gangster is. Hip-hop is supposed to be a policing force now. Hip-hop is supposed to be a policing force now that says we're a youth organization, but we put our babies first. So if you've been violated in any capacity, you should be able to come forward and say, hip-hop, if nobody else is going to protect me and believe me, hip-hop is supposed to be able to protect me and believe me. So we're our hip-hop gangbangers now who understand.
All right, I'm standing here with Brother Reggie of the House of Consciousness, here to get his sentiments on today's press conference dealing with Afrika Bambaataa and pedophilia and pederasty and child abuse, mainly child molestation going on in the community. How you doing, Brother Reggie?
I'm doing fine. Peace to the family. All right, so this is an important day, and it's important to deal with the issue of the Zulu Nation. It's important to deal with the accusations, and it's certainly important for the people who have been victimized to come forward. So, okay.
All right.
So, it's important for us to get out our pain, right? The only problem is that I think the business of the Zulu Nation is going to be taken care of, right? Because they know who did the action, and they know the people who's involved.
Correct.
And this is a street thing, and it's gonna be taken care of, right? The problem is that don't use this, right, as a cover-up to hide what you're doing in your own communities. You see, there are a lot of Zulu nations and a lot of issues in our communities, right? And we gotta move past a gang mentality to government, right? So you got these gangs operating with these principles, but all it takes is a charismatic leader to come, hijack it, and it becomes, in this case, something that is involved with pedophilia. In another case, it becomes a criminal enterprise, right? We got too many small organizations that end up as criminal enterprises. So I appreciate some of those brothers I know. Brother Ron Savage, I grew up with. I grew up with him from first grade all the way up to about 6th grade, right? I knew him from the neighborhood. Brother Papi, he well known in the community, right? But I grew up in that community, and I can tell you that there are many other stories that people don't want to deal with, right? So it's easy to get rid of BAM, right? But it's not easy to get rid of our unrighteousness. So what I know what's happening is that if they can get rid of BAM, close this case, then a lot of other issues will be safe. So that's what I want to say about this press conference. I'm concerned. I'm concerned because I hear a lot of people who not from the neighborhoods talking, and they don't seem to. For them, it's about their business. I'm like, how could they know what our business is? Right? So to me, it's bothersome when our own communities can't take care of it, and we need outsiders to come and then turn around and they're using it for their own purposes, right? So I'm gonna get more involved in this in the background because I got some questions to some of these people who so-called want to build unity, and some of them are good brothers. But there's a lot of mixed motives in this particular case, and there's a lot of people from the neighborhood they ain't saying nothing. You notice they ain't saying nothing, right?
Absolutely.
And there's a reason. Why? Because our organizations turn into criminal organizations, and then part of being a criminal organization is that everybody does a crime. So when everybody does a crime, you can't tell on the next person because you're part of the criminal organization.
Nobody's liable.
Nobody. So I'm smiling because I know what this really is. That's something that happened in that organization. There's these other projects. There's Astoria, there's Queensbridge, right? There's the 9, right? There's a whole bunch of projects in the Bronx, right? And every one of Bronx and Queens and Brooklyn, right? The pink houses, right? Those places in East New York, we all got our stories. But people want to close the case, not to deal with the stories in their own projects. So what I'm just trying to say is that we got an obligation to clean up the communities for our own families, right? And it's more important than ever. Because what people don't understand is, let me tell you what people don't understand. And I'll say this again. See, when we turn around and then we don't take care of our own problems, then all the government does is come in, right? And they increase the statute of they decrease the statute of limitation, right? Guess what that does? Then they can go back and snatch up people 25 years ago, 20 years ago, because they was affiliated with these organizations while this stuff was happening. And so we don't see the big picture. We playing little games, but what they can do is they can RICO statute people in these organizations. So we run and we're saying, well, you know, maybe the government needs to do something. I'm gonna tell you what the government's gonna do. Government's gonna cast a big wide net and bring in hundreds of people in their 50s because somebody said they was there, somebody said that they saw it, right? So this is the big picture of our community. We need to solve these problems ourselves instead of getting confused and certainly letting outsiders come in who in one sense want to help, but also want to help their own agendas. So that's my take on this, right? Because I grew up in them projects. I grew up in Castle Hill, right? And I was a monster, right? Other people grew up in Soundview, Monroe, Bronx River, right? Tracy Towers, what else is it? Colgate, Boynton, right? Watson Avenue, all these other places around this whole stretch, Parkchester. So we know the stories, we from the inside. My whole point of it is, I think this situation with BAM is gonna be solved, but I'm more concerned nationally what we're gonna do to clean up our own communities, right? And that's the true story. So over there's the lights and cameras. I'm telling you of a young person who grew up with Ron Savage, right? Who knew what was happening, right? But I also know there were a lot of criminal enterprises happening, and then we became criminals. And then we, luckily, some of us changed our lives, but that's the true story. So that's why I know that it's easy to get rid of BAM, because they decided, let's get rid of BAM so we can close the case. I know the case needs to be closed, but I'm asking the community to go back and fix your neighborhoods. Don't think that just closing this case frees us from our guilt and our need to fix our own communities. Because it's easy to get reactionary on Bambaataa when there's thousands of these type of organizations across the country. Peace.
Thank you, brother. All right, peace, audience. I'm here with the brother Doggy Diamonds and Doggy Diamonds TV, here to get his sentiments today on the press conference, dealing with the allegations of pederasty with brother Afrika Bambaataa, dealing with child abuse and child molestation in the community. How you doing, brother?
I'm chilling, man. I'm feeling good. I see a lot of my people out here. The spirits is high. We sick and tired of being sick and tired. So we out here to, take a stand against it.
Absolutely, brother. How do you feel about what's going on? What's been going on today?
A lot of people are speaking. A lot of people letting their voice be heard. If anybody know anything about me and my platform, my whole thing is to let people speak. Let your voice be heard. You got something to say, say it. Stop being stifled. Stop being afraid. Even if you don't agree with me, we could speak and not be disrespectful to one another. I think a lot of times we think that when we speak to each other, we got to be disrespectful. You don't have to agree with everything I'm saying. I don't have to agree with everything that you're saying, but we could be respectful. So I'm glad that this forum right here, which is always going down with Sonetta and Blue Pill, Red Pill, is out here giving people the platform to speak. They gave the people that accuse Afrika Bambaataa of pedophilia against them the avenue to speak. Now we calling Afrika Bambaataa to come out and speak. You gotta come out.
All right, I'm here with Brother Marcus, Sister Melanin, Sutek, and the brother Young Pharaoh. Here to get their sentiments on today's press conference dealing with the Afrika Bambaataa situation, also dealing with pedophilia, pederasty, and child abuse, mainly child molestation going on in the community. How y'all doing? Good. Who wanna give me their first bill? How you feeling about today, bro?
I'm feeling good, kid. I'm feeling real good. I like the I like the atmosphere. I like the energy, feel me? I like what I see, feel me? So far, we looking real militant, looking real unified. Hopefully we see some results. Hopefully we see some manifestation after we gather in our glory and splendor. Hopefully we see some manifestation and some results.
Legit.
I totally agree with this young king right here. After all the hooping and the hollering, it's time for us to get some results.
That's
right. You know, we can sit here and talk about what's happening to children, but right now, at each minute and second and hour that goes by, some child is being violated, whether they're being touched or maybe they're being robbed of their identity or food getting taken out of their mouth. So we need to get to a point of, it's good to come out, it's good to show unification, but now we got to start putting in the work and putting in action to truly prove to oneself and to our people the love that we have, that we profess when we come out here and scream so-called black power. Go ahead.
That's a fact. Coming straight and direct, black people need to stop being soft and stop being scary, because we are disgraceful to ourselves. No other person on the planet, no other people on the planet Earth has the easiest way to get out of oppression than us. We're the most easily oppressed people on the planet today. You got third world country people, you got fighting to death, no clothes, no shoes. You got people overseas in the Middle East blowing themselves up, no clothes, no food, no shoes, to get from under the yoke of the white man. Black people, we over here, we can get a job, we can get on food stamps, we can get Section 8, we got internet, we go to the club, we ball, NBA, NFL. We the only people who willingly wish to be oppressed. So it's sickening. And it's to the point right now to where it's like, only thing we need to do to get out of oppression is just do it. It's still the fear factor. We need to eliminate the fear factor. So applying that to the Afrika Bambaataa situation, that should have never even been allowed to happen, and the elders are at fault. If you're 30 years plus, you are at fault because you know what was going on when drugs first came out. You know the older men was molesting the younger boys. This ain't no secret. Everybody know this. They make movies about it. They write books about it. White people make money off of raping people in jail and thinking that that's cool. We know that the older man at one point in time was a glorified pedophile due to heroin and crack cocaine in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So with that being said, it's the fault of the elders for not checking that, and right now we are still in the wrong. We still now have the wrong perspective on how the situation could be handled. I don't think that it should be expected that the Zulu Nation check somebody that they didn't check. You don't do something. If you was going to do something, you do it on the scene. You don't do it after. So the point is, we got to be real with ourselves. Excuse me. Either Afrika Bambaataa gonna go unchecked, excuse me, or somebody gonna step up. But I don't think that we need to be looking at this from an incorrect perspective. It's up to the elders. Everybody want to be grown. Everybody want to be respected as an adult until it's time to be an adult. And being an adult, part of that comes with being a protector and a warrior. Animals, you can't even touch the child of an animal without that animal trying to maul you, peck you, bite you, sting you, whatever it is. Now black people, Afrika Bambaataa, molested hundreds of boys. We don't do nothing but sit here and rally and, you got 72 hours. Fuck that. We coming to find you in 72 hours. That's how we supposed to be rocking. So until we get to rocking like that, it ain't gonna be no black liberation. So my understanding of the situation is, what the fuck we waiting for this nigga to present himself? Like, if we really felt some type of way, we go find this motherfucker and drag him here in 72 hours. So until black people get that fire back in themselves and that understanding, it ain't gonna be no black liberation. 85% of the people out here need to take their ass home like they go do anyway and shut the fuck up.
Legit, bro. Salute. All right, audience, I'm here with Brother Sankofa, brother from the House of Consciousness, here to get his sentiments today on the press conference dealing with Brother Afrika Bambaataa and the allegations of pederasty, dealing with pedophilia in the community and child abuse. How you doing, brother?
Peace, Black Power, Hotep, Uhuru Sasa, which means freedom now. I want to start off all the greetings and of nobility and camaraderie, because our people damn sure need some camaraderie. We definitely need some healing. And I appreciate you, brother, for conducting this interview, getting my perspective. I humbly appreciate it. I'm very grateful, and I will do my best to lead the masses with my level of intellect and my perspective on the matter at hand in which we're talking about today. As you can see, we have the press conference still in full effect. House of Consciousness conducting a press conference with other people and other conscious media platforms. Shout out to your platform, shout out to Doggy Diamond Productions, shout out to Underground Railroad, KTL, Know the Ledge Radio. And it's very important and it's very incumbent that we come out here as a people, as a collective, to show solidarity, not just the situation at hand concerning Afrika Bambaataa, but the illness in its collective sense. Because when we just address what's going on with Afrika Bambaataa's situation at hand, what happens is, that's the topic right now. The juicy topic can die down, and so could the attention to relevant and critical issue that we need to address in the community can die down as well. Once that's no longer popular, do we lose focus? That topic with Afrika Bambaataa, do we lose focus on the illness that has been plaguing our community and it still is plaguing our community now? No, that's why we can't just talk about the causes. We have to talk about, we can't just talk about the sickness, we have to talk about the causes of the sickness. Okay? We can't just address, okay, what the problem is. We have to go at the root of what causes these problems. And I believe in order to do that, we must be realistic and understand that every journey starts with a first step. This is a step, and this is, I do not play that. This is something that we need to deal with on the front line. This is a conversation that we're having, an in-house conversation with family. We don't need no foreigners or neighbors that don't care about, okay, the upliftment and the healing of our community. To just come and film us and mark and do some funny stuff on video and film. There's a lot of negativity and a lot of heckling goes on with people with these cameras, you know what I mean? But back, not to be distracted, back to the topic at hand. We're addressing critical subject matter in the community. At the root of it is sexual depravity, but it manifests in homosexuality and child pedophilia, okay? We have to understand that we are a people that are a product of being sexually violated. When we were brought here and we were considered to be cattle, we was considered to be property, we were not protected. We had no diplomatic protection, we had no legal protection. The man was basically taken from the head of the family, okay? And the person who was put in authority of that was the slave master. So therefore we had not the ability to protect our women and our children, okay? Now here it is, fast forward to the future, 3 centuries, okay, of cattle slavery wasn't just physical slavery. It was also a psychological type of campaign that went into what you see now manifested in our sicknesses on so many levels, socially speaking, as a byproduct and direct ripple effects of what took place in slavery. Because hurt people hurt people. And as a people who have been sexually violated, thus you have so many different complexions and phenotypes of blacks who are considered African Americans right here in America, or the Caribbeans, or even in, Africans and other diaspora, we got to understand that we have never been healed. We have never been emotionally and psychologically healed. From Peace, Black Power, Black Man, thanks for coming out. We have never been socially, spiritually, psychologically healed, you know? So there comes a time where, and the time is now, okay, that we really address these sicknesses. Not just what happened, but the causes of what continues these things to perpetually happen. Because if we just address what happens with Afrika Bambaataa's situation, and we don't factor in that, right now in the city, unfortunately, there was a child afraid that they're going to be touched or harmed, or has just been touched or harmed, or will be touched or harmed tomorrow. Okay? And then they're hurt, so that what they might do as a result of that, being psychologically damaged, okay, hurt other people and perpetuate the cycle. You know what I mean? We have to really be, as a united front, address the issues, address the pain. Truth is not popular, and we understand that. Truth can be sometimes like bad taste in medicine, but that bad taste in medicine or herb actually heals or treats sicknesses. We have to treat our issues in our community, our psychological and psycho-spiritual issues as such, okay? For far too long, we have talked about the problem, but we have not talked to the problem directly. We have many people, in respect to those who are trying to assist in the healing, because those who are out there who are doing that, we're not going to say that nobody is doing that. But on a collective level, the amount of people, for the amount of children who are being hurt, who are being harmed, the amount of black children who are coming up missing, okay, who are coming up missing. We have hundreds of thousands of black children missing every year. These are topics that we don't talk about, that we must address. This right here is not just a press conference or a photo op. We can get in and show how intellectually fluid we are to talk about and articulate the problem, but we also have to use this as a stepping stone in the right direction to try to come together for solution orientation. So I want to say peace and black power. We have work ahead of us. Don't just let this be an interview. Let this be something that we have to focus inwardly on, that we need to work on. Peace and black power.
All right, we back, audience. I'm here with the brother Irritated Genie of the Straight Black Pride Movement. Legit. You know what I mean? All right. But we here to get his sentiments on today's press conference dealing with the allegations of Afrika Bambaataa and pedophilia, pederasty, and child abuse, mainly child molestation. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
All right, I'm doing great.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. How do you feel about the press conference today?
I think it's one of the most important things that can happen. Right now, as we move into the 21st century, as African people worldwide, one of the major assaults on our race, in fact, the biggest assault, is the sexual war and sexual terrorism against African people. That includes pedophilia and the sexual abuse of our children, the promotion of homosexuality. I mean, you can't turn on television without some kind of thing to push homosexuality on children, whether it's Empire, whether it's Scandal, no matter what you turn and what channel you turn on, whether it's major regular TV or it's cable. Everything is telling us to be sexually insane. The mass incarceration of our people is pushing the sexual insanity. The school systems are teaching transgenderism or whatever this weird European sexual savagery is, and so they're destroying our people from within. And because we don't have collective organized manhood and enough people that are willing to speak out and stand out and fight and resist, on every corner of the planet it's being pushed on us successfully. But now, due to what was able to happen here with Brother Doggy Diamonds, Red Pill, Top-Netta TV, and the independent black media coming together saying, these are accusations that are made by real men who had the courage to come out and say this happened to us. And now, if we investigate and find out that this is accurate, we cannot stay quiet and allow it to happen. That means that black men in particular, black people in general, but black men in particular, are taking our first major stance in the 21st century to say we are men. We have failed our people in our obligation to protect our women and children and community, but we're going to undo that. We're going to take responsibility and we're going to do something. That's what you saw here today. Black men and women stood up and said we will not tolerate people targeting our children for sexual terrorism, and we will do something about it.
Legit. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
And to add on, just so you could touch further, you being an advocate of straight black pride, can you touch further on the agenda of homosexuality?
Yes, sir. What they are trying to do, what the whites are trying to do, they've been trying to destroy us, and they've been working to fight and warring against us for centuries and millenniums. But they've never really had the desire to wipe us out completely until more recently. And now they want to commit the genocide of our people because their system is falling apart, their world is falling apart, and they realize that if we get back up and get strong, we have the potential to rise to power and produce justice for them for the things they have done. So what they're trying to do now is not enslave us, not exploit us, but to exterminate us. And what they've realized is, for a race of people who the heart of our nation and the heart of our culture is the relationship between man and woman. A strong man, a strong woman working together to build families, that's who we are as a race. They realize that to promote homosexuality and the sexual terrorism of children completely destroys the very definition of black and African and completely disrupts our culture and makes us susceptible to complete destruction as a race of people. Men who've been sexually violated and have not overcome that become weakened, sexually confused, and are not the type of men that can protect the community from any type of assault. Women who've been sexually violated, not received help, become depressed, and they are not best suited to protect their children and our community and raise the kind of warriors that we need to protect ourselves against the white onslaught. So they're weakening us and trying to destroy us at the root and crack the foundation of who we are as a race of people with homosexuality through the movies, through the prison industrial system, through the school system, in every way, shape, and way possible to disgender our people and destroy black culture. And they're doing it in Africa, they're doing it in Brazil, they're doing it in America, they're doing it in England. And so for the first time in the 21st century, and since the 20th century, we have a major issue that every sane African on the planet agrees with, that we should not be into no homosexuality and pedophilia, that a black man's supposed to be with a black woman, and we believe that it is time now for us to come together and put something together, a straight black pride movement, a movement that says, hey, if you straight, that means you're not with no homosexuality, no pedophilia, none of this sexual backwardness, you're not going to do it. If you believe in black, with a black man with a black woman, period. No negotiation, no discussion. And you got some pride, that dignity. You know who you are, or you want to know who you are, and you want to walk in a strong and respectful manner, then we will put all our other differences of religion and all these things that have been given to us aside and come together as a black family and lift our race up. So we believe the time is now. 21st century, the first major war and battlefield for the 21st century is the sexual sanity and sexual safety of our children and our future generations. And today was the beginning of striking that blow. So we want you to come out and support what we're doing. We love you. Straight Black Pride.
All right, brother, in closing, can you put me on to the event that you have, that you're conducting with Brother Tazariak?
Yes, July 24th. I think doors open at 3 o'clock. We'll be at the Alhambra Ballroom. Myself, Brother Tazariak at the ISUPK Nation, strong brothers and sisters who are against the homosexual assault. What we've done is we said, look, we have too much of this fighting over ideology. There are a lot of ideas we don't agree with, and we should have the healthy debate. But at the end of the day, there's nothing to debate when it comes to protecting our children from sexual insanity and homosexuality and all of this invasion in our culture. So we said, I'm an African nationalist. I'm a straight black pride. That's what I do. Brother said, I'm ISUPK. We Hebrew Israelites. But you know what? We all black, and we all agree that we got to protect our community. So we're coming together to do a lecture, a double lecture where we're working in unity to fight sexual abuse in the black community, the promotion of homosexuality in our community, and to show a show of unification of black people across different ideologies that say we're all men, we all black women, we all black children, and we believe in black family, and we won't allow anybody to take us off that road for the future generations. So come on out July 24th. Bring your family. It's going to be strong. It's going to be powerful. And we're going to have the brothers who made their claims of what happened to them with the Zulu Nation. They're going to be out there. And anybody else that's been sexually abused, come on out, get this healing, and help become and join and become part of something to save our race. Straight Black Pride.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like I said, I think that what I witnessed today was a cavalier demonstration of a unified front for an issue that's plaguing our community. You know what I'm saying? Not only in this community, we're talking about wherever we're at in the diaspora, we have been affected by abuse, we've been affected by rape, we are children of rape. Technically, they said that on a plantation, right, that the person that represented the strongest of us was destroyed, right? And then the children, you know, were raped and they produced weaker seeds and what have you. And technically, that's who they say that we are. You know what I'm saying? This particular, this generation that we represent, we are a rape generation. You know what I mean? And if I was born in the 70s, you know, and they're saying that the majority of what has been taking place before the 70s, and we've been born into this. We've been born into a situation that's been a silent, you know, it's been a silent plague in our families and our communities for a long time, and now it's speaking like, you know what I mean, volumes that it can't be ignored. So irregardless of whether the individual that's being accused is guilty or not, we know that these are charges that are real in our community. We know somebody's guilty. You know what I'm saying? We know these children have been abused. We know that these women have been touched and everything. So let's deal with it. You feel me? There's no way to get around it. So as a community that speaks about responsibility, as a community that speaks about consciousness, who else is this going to fall squarely on the shoulders of but us? You know what I mean? To step forward and say, look, this is not just about whether we're going to prove somebody's innocence or guilt. This is about getting the people that need help the help that they deserve.
Thank you, my brother.